Hey guys, I'm the Dao King, and there has been a lot of great talk about Aptos. And is it the next Solana killer? Is the technology so incredible? And they've done a lot of amazing stuff. They really have gone to the next level in what they're doing. However, can you make money on it? I'm an investor. You're an investor. That's really what I care about. If you want to know about the tech, there's a lot of great YouTubers out there that you could look up and really understand the tech in depth. But I've noticed the tech doesn't really make a difference. You know what makes a difference and how you can make money out here is through the tokenomics, understanding the tokenomics of a project. That is more important than the tech. If you want to make money, if you want to invest in a project because you think it's cool, because you think Solana or AVAX or Phantom is amazing, great. But however, that hasn't ended so well for many people who have done that. I want to look at the tokenomics and see if it makes sense. So let's look at this. These are the two guys that started the project. They both work from Facebook. They came over from Facebook, but I want you guys to keep something in mind. A lot of the stuff we see out here is narrative. Just look at this date, July 10th. This is in Fortune. Two meta vets are vying to build the next big blockchain with Doomed. They call it Doomed. Isn't that funny? Look at where they are now. And just a few months ago, they called it Doomed DMs technology. DMs was Facebook's was called Libra, then they changed it to DM, and Facebook decided not to go forward with it. They scrapped it, and these guys basically took it over. They have funding, big tech partners, and a $1 billion lawsuit against the startup CEO. Well, sounds awful, doesn't it? Till fast forward, a couple months later, Aptos public. Basically, if you do fully dilated, fully circulated, tokens, they're over $9 billion. Right now, obviously, market cap is only 1.1 billion, but they're doing great. They're one of the top cryptocurrencies, one of the top layer ones. A lot of people, when it first came out, thought it was going to just dump. They thought this dump was going to happen. And there's a reason for that. They didn't give out their tokenomics. That's what we're going to look at. Nobody knew how many tokens were going to be in circulation, how it was all going to work. They didn't give any details. How much the owners, when invested, nothing. They gave nothing, which I find to be offensive. But a lot of people didn't. But, people started buying and it kind of came here and now it's kind of moving its way up. So it's moving, it's actually moving okay, which is against everything anyone thought. So why did that happen? Well, let's look at a few things. First of all, everyone thought it was going to be a replay of Internet Computer. Internet Computer probably has the best tech out there. But if you look at Internet Computer, it probably has the worst price chart ever. It is by far the worst price chart. In fact, Internet Computer is a great short, like constant short, and it keeps going lower because what happened was the VCs got in at 50 cents, and immediately the ones that had tokens were selling as high as, I believe, $700. Look at this, only down 99.3%, only 99.3%. I won't be surprised if this goes lower because they bought it at 50 cents. They were selling it as high as $700 and $400 and $300 and $100. As the tokens got vested and they got access to them, they were dumping. And guess what? They're still vesting and they're still dumping. Circulating supply is 268 million. Total supply and max supply, you can see, is higher. So there's still over 200 million more tokens to go. And let me tell you, if you got in at 50 cents, it's still a 10x. So there'll still be dumpage going on. Internet Computer is not out of the woods because it was just a terrible deal. The VCs, these big companies, took advantage of retail and they annihilated them. They wrecked them to the high heavens. This is what everyone thought was going to happen to Aptos. I'm here to tell you that it could still happen to Aptos. So what is the play? Well, Internet Computer has been a wonderful short. Some people have probably made tons of money shorting it over the past year. Do we have another wonderful short in this? We have to analyze it. We have to really look at it, okay? And it's very important to take the hype out and to analyze these things correctly. Just look at the facts. So let's look a little bit of Aptos. Aptos Labs is 150 million in funding, led by FTX Ventures. Binance has also invested now. Aptos first layer one at $200 million from PayPal because PayPal was in Libra. These guys have contacts and they kept it going. So they raised $350 million. Everyone's all hyped. Remember this article? Remember this one? Well, now the narrative changed, right? FTX comes in. It's not doomed anymore. It's great technology, and they have all these great engineers. Say they have all these great engineers and this great tech. Good stuff, right? Now, we got to look at what's really important. This is the tokenomics. So we don't end up in a chart that looks like this. We got to be careful. This chart, you got to avoid. Now, what is good about this chart is we can make money off the down cycles of shorting it. You are able to short it now, Aptos. So there's some money to be made, folks. So what do we got to do? We got to look here, and we got to look closely. You know, you can see what's going on. You can see the community owns 51%, and the foundation and the investors and all that good stuff. But this is where it matters, okay? This is where it matters. This is the vesting. Now, you're seeing something really interesting here. Look right here. Around 2023, September, you start to see these numbers start to elevate, and then you see this big spike, probably around 200 million tokens, getting all the way close to 500 million tokens. Basically, the token supply is going to almost double during this period. In fact, this is a wicked period. This period right here is the most wicked you're going to see. It is going to be the most tokens coming out. Now, there's something also very interesting. You can stake your Aptos. Starts at 7% annually, and people have, and they're getting those rewards and they're selling them. Even people with vested tokens, from what I understand, can put them in there, get the rewards, and dump them on the market. So there is a big potential for dumpage to take place. Now, it will pale in comparison to what is going to happen here. So this is what I'm keeping a lookout for. Around September or so next year, 2023, is when I'm going to start looking to take a large leveraged short position. This is not financial advice. This is something I might do in the future. I might not do in the future, but this is one of the moves that I might consider myself, okay? Now, you're saying, why would you do that? Well, this is way too many tokens coming out, and if all these people decide to sell, you can see it's community, core contributors, staking rewards. Staking rewards is smaller. It's down here. Foundation. Oh no, is this the stake? Oh no, the staking rewards is this one. Oh, staking rewards go way up too. It's pretty scary. Community, and then you got foundation and you got investors. Yeah, everyone's just coming due. September, October, November, and then it just keeps running all the way through March of 2024. It just keeps running. So you're looking around November 23 to March of 2024. You got all these people. You might even go into May of 2024. You got all these people with access to hundreds of millions of tokens. You're hoping they don't dump all over you. My experience in life and my experience with cryptocurrencies and the stock market has been this. When people can dump on you, they will dump on you. Human nature doesn't change because it's run by two guys from Facebook. It just doesn't change. And because they dress really nice and they got nice little smiles and they have pearly white teeth and this guy has really long hair. I thought he was a girl for a minute, actually. So, you know, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. Human behavior is human behavior. If you study human behavior in cryptocurrency in the stock market, you will understand something very important. When people can sell and dump at a high price, they will. That is a fact. That is a fact. So I'm going to show you guys something else. Cronos was a token a lot of people fell in love with because they started advertising. They took over the Staples Center and they renamed it Crypto.com Arena, and everyone started buying, including a lot of my friends. And they're like, why aren't you buying? And I'm like, I'm not buying it because have you looked at how much you can stake Cronos and how much money you can make on Crypto.com platform? And they're like, yeah, we do it. And I go, exactly. That means X amount of tokens are going to hit the market all the time for free. You can keep selling. And they're like, well, they're advertising a lot and they're huge. And it's also a layer one and the technology and da-da-da-da-da. Unfortunately, that argument only goes so far. When those tokens start hitting, as you can see, it starts to take its toll. after a period of time. So it might not be right away where you'll see this dump happen. It could take its toll over several months, especially if we start getting into a better market, a bull market. It might not even impact things too much. Just kind of like what you saw with Crow token. Might not even impact it. It might even cover it up. But at some point, always, the impact will come. There will be a bill to pay for all those tokens on the market. There will be a bill. And the bill here is Cronos token falling 88.5%. I mean, this isn't too far off from internet computer, guys. It's not that far off. Cronos and internet computer tokens, both layer ones, have almost acted the same. Like, think about that. Because of inflation, it always catches up to you. And one thing we've learned by following me, if you subscribe to me, you've learned a lot, because I'm in DeFi. And DeFi, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe and like to the channel, because in DeFi, we're ahead of you guys that are not on DeFi, because we know how all these staking mechanisms work. We know what they can do. And the reason they make you stake for 7% is so they can prolong this dump from happening. They can hold it off. It doesn't all come at once. They're hoping enough people will stake those tokens for that 7% and not dump on the market. I just don't think 7% will be enough. Will they make it higher? They're saying no, but they might with that many tokens coming on board. These are all systems in place to provide pricing control. So we have to be aware of this stuff. Will it work? Well, it didn't really work on Cronos, and they had a higher staking mechanism. Keep that in mind. Cronos had a higher staking mechanism and eventually succumbed to the inflation. And right now, it's basically, it's suffering. It's not really doing very well. 11 cents. It's not, it's barely off its, everything else is kind of pumping, but Cronos is barely off its lows. It's just 10% off its lows. You would have been better off in Ethereum, because inflation is probably still taking place here. They still got 5 more billion tokens. Don't, guys, buy tokens because you love the tech, you love the company, you love the marketing. Yes, you can do it for a fast flip, but if you're thinking long term, you got to look at the tokenomics, and then you might want to decide to even short it. I think Aptos is going to fall in that short category. I hope it goes higher, frankly. I wish the team incredibly well. I hope this token goes to $20, $30, $40. I hope it runs, because around sometime in September next year, I will be taking a massive, massive short position, and I am just going to sit there. I might DCA in it slowly and just sit, because eventually all of these things come due. All of these bills come due, and it does not matter how great the tech is. It does not matter if Jesus himself comes down from the sky and says, Aptos is the best cryptocurrency ever created in the whole entire universe. And I've been through the universe and I've seen it. And Jesus says, I love it. He cannot stop the tokenomics from crushing you. Now, I also got a lot of guys hitting me up still regarding the Wallet Watcher, which is with Truth Seekers, guys. The link I'm putting in Discord for the Truth Seekers, the November 30th is going to be the pre-sale. This is Truth Seekers, for those of you who don't know. It's a technology, it's a security DAO. We need security right now in DeFi and in crypto. This is the next generation security ecosystem. So if you don't know about it, November 30th, there's big news about to hit. I can't tell you what. It is bad. It is big. But if you guys want to keep up on it, we're going to give you updates on this channel. Subscribe to my channel and click on the link down here for the Discord. You're definitely going to want to consider getting into at least getting the Wallet Watcher when it comes out. It's a key piece of tech here that tracks the wallets of all these projects that you're in. And if you see anything suspicious, you get alerted, number one. Number two, they're doing a pre-sale November 30th, which is probably going to sell out very quick. And unlike the VCs, this is going out to retail versus the VCs that will dump on you. You don't have to worry about that. Whole different ball game. So take a look at it. There's going to be an update to the white paper very shortly. Bunch of new partnerships. A big announcement coming hopefully this weekend. So we'll see what happens. And click on the Discord down there. Check it out. But as far as Aptos goes, guys, the tech is great. You can read all you want about the tech. It's amazing. I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't. They had an unlimited budget from Facebook. They had an unlimited budget. Even they said they had an unlimited budget from Facebook. Imagine what you could do with an unlimited budget from Facebook, and not just the parties you would throw, not just those. Just think about it. Unlimited budget to do whatever your mind desired, whatever you had in your head. Well, you got to come up with some really good stuff. And they did. They really did. They reshaped it. They reshaped the whole playing field, but it doesn't mean it's going to go up. It actually means, when you look at the tokenomics, it could be a very, very, very good short, just not right now. Right now, doesn't look like a good short. But with all the tokens going up right now, it really didn't go up either, right? It kind of just last couple of days stood its ground. That's a little concerning too. Hit about 10 and, it's just kind of meandering right here. We'll see. We'll see what happens when all those tokens come out. So this is something you guys have to keep in mind, have to think about, have to think long-term, and have to be realistic about. Don't just look at the tech. Look at the tokenomics. It is the most important thing to making money. The tech is one, but the tokenomics reign supreme. This is actually what Jesus looks at himself. He has told me many times. He looks at the tokenomics first. All right, guys. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I will see you soon. Take care.